Hey guys, I'm Racing Chewy Side, and here's a track guide for New Hampshire. You know, a flat 1 miler, which I don't know, sucks. I think it sucks because of progressive banking. Usually it never works out well in iRacing, but that doesn't mean no grooves will open up. I'm just saying that's just the way it is from the start. So moving on, first things first is the keys to the race card, which you should see now. First thing you'll see is pit road speed, which is about 45 miles an hour or 72 to 73 kilometers an hour. Number 1 on the thing is going to be tires. As usual, just expect it every week. Number 2, like I said, multi-groove racing. You might be able to move around later in a run, but for the most part, you'll be in the second or third groove. That's just a quicker line around, but anyways, whatever. So that actually might create good racing. We don't know yet. And number 3, well, there's a lot of impatience in these races. I don't understand it. These people think that they have to win on lap 1 and then they wreck themselves and then blame you for it. People are just going to be dive bombing left and right, cutting people's noses off because they want to get back in front of you to get the proper line, and they just can't wait. So watch out for idiots like that, because 99.9% of the times it's going to result in both of you getting wrecked. So just watch out for it. My opinion, you should never live for people like that. They wreck themselves at that point. So let's get to the pit exit line, which you see there, but let's do a little drive. Alright, I didn't know how to do this, so I just went ahead and drove my usual pit road speed. Then, like I usually do, exiting the pits at race conditions. You can see I'm keeping it under the yellow line except for there, which you want to keep it under the line or you might get a penalty. And the exit's going to be here on the exit of 2, like you see right there. So it's that, and let's get to the lap. Alright, here we are about to take our lap. This is the fixed setup with no changes, period. 12-to-1 steering, 65% brake bias was the default, so fixed weather at let's see what it says. 106 track temp, 78 degrees, that's default. Best I could do is a 29.4, which I can't get much faster than that. Some people are going to be under that, it's crazy, but let's just go ahead and see how that was done. So, yeah. Alright, there we have it for 29.41. Let's back that up. Alright, so let's make our way to 1. Let me slow-mo this because it comes up pretty quick. I'm looking at that 3 to 2 marker. You see the 3 and then the 2. I'm braking literally right at the halfway point of both. So right here, I'm hard on the brakes, and I'm already turning down to my preferred groove, I guess, using quite a bit of brake. Now right here you see where I'm sort of like up in the air a little bit. Well, there's a huge bump there, and that's where it sort of upsets the car, so be careful. You kind of want to be straight when you're braking like that. You can see I straightened it up because it got a little bit loose, but once you're turning down, you can start releasing the brakes slowly, eventually letting it roll. Once it gets up to the third groove, like right here, I'm going to be off the brakes once I hit that line. So now at this point, we're going to be coming back down. That's where you use the throttle to start turning the car. And we're aiming back down to this dot where the second groove, or the end of the first groove seam. You can see I'm full throttle on here, and you want to use these 2 grooves together to get the car to turn, because the car's a little bit tight. And drive off the corner. Get as close to the wall as you can. Straight up an exit as you can. And in turn 3, again, looking at the 3 to 2 marker, but we're braking slightly later. Slightly, like right here. Hard on the brakes again, there's another bump, but this time it does the opposite effect, where it locks up one of the tires and they just go straight, but it also gets loose at the same time. So again, doing the same thing, we're going up to the third groove a little bit. Once you touch that, you see me releasing the brake, just like we did in 1, and once we're where the groove we want to be, let it roll. And then once you feel it turn back down, get back on the throttle a little bit to continue steering the car downward. Sort of helps it turn, and well, you know what to do. Power off the corner. voice is a little messed up right now, but oh well. And there you have it for a 29.4. Now that's the best I'm going to do. I don't know. I just can't do any better. I'm thinking next week might be Pocono. Again. This is with this build though. Last time we were there was with a different build. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Anyways, Sim Racing Chewy sign.